Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Welcome back, 3636. And this is a story about the time I got scammed. I was even like, how old is that? I was like 12. I was 12. No, still, no, I'm 12 years old, Eddie. And I'm thinking, hey, let me be a responsible citizen. Let me be a responsible citizen and find myself a job. So, what happened was, I finished my. Was that high school? No. I finished my high school. I was in my first year of college, and now I went home for my holiday, right? So I'm like, okay, let me find something to do because, just to build that work etiquette kind of thing, just to, just to find something to do because you don't always be begging your money for.
I mean, your parents for
You don't always want to be begging for money from your parents. Ish, don't. Anyways, so then I decided, okay, let me find a job, right? So there was a couple of jobs that I'd applied for because I studied medical lab science. I decided to be looking around in labs, but also because I hadn't learned anything about it, I wasn't that enthusiastic to know. So I just settled for a teaching job. And lucky enough, and it was very funny. I went there and I'm like, can I please teach? And then they're like, come Monday. Oh, okay. It was strange. It was very strange because I don't remember going for any interviews. I don't remember them asking me what qualifications I have on Monday. That's when they're like, what can you teach? So then I'm like, I can teach biology and mathematics because I was very good at math. I'm sure I still am somewhere inside, somewhere at the back of my head. I still am, but because I haven't done it in a while. But mathematics is something that I love. So that was my interview. I get there on Monday and they asked me, what can you teach? So then they went to introduce me to classes, I think from two forms, Form 1 and Form 3. Because in Malawi, Form 2 and Form 4 is where you write your very serious exams. But Form 1 and 3 is like just a few, just like one step of the ladder kind of thing. You just a crossover. Anyways, so, but I feel like that's still not an excuse to get amateur teachers in any one of the classes because both of them are foundations to serious exams, right? Anyways, so then I start teaching there and they told me they would give me 20,000 kwaja. 20,000 kwaja is, I don't know, some amount of dollars. I'll try to calculate and then put it there on the screen. But yeah, they would give me 20,000 kwaja every month. So I was gonna work for 2 months because that's when my holiday was going to end. After 2 months, I had to go back to school. So I started working. The kids loved me because I was a young, pretty teacher. They really just liked me because sometimes I'd go to school because it was like a proper. I don't know what word to use, but it was like a proper local. Can I call it local? But yeah, it was a proper like chimizi local. Yes, I think the word is local. It was like a proper local school. So I had a laptop, I had a nice phone, I'd bath and smell nice and dress nice and look everything. So they were just like, because the rest of the teachers, actually most of the teachers were male. Yeah, the rest of the teachers were male. So even apart from the fact that I was a fancy little girl, I was the only female teacher there. And then the first month I worked. I really liked it there because then I would make them. I think I liked working with children. I don't know if I should say liked or like because I don't know. Sometimes they just overwhelm me. But generally, I just liked being able to have an influence. Because you know how children are very impressionable and they can listen to anything and they can, they believe in you, they believe in what you're saying. So I really liked that. And I knew I had a responsibility to teach them the right things. So I really liked that thing on me. But yeah, and then I would make them play like class time. I'll teach them a little bit, and then afterwards the rest of the class would be outside playing. What, not like playing, but like I mean, doing the rest of the class like in the sun while through a game or something like that. I really enjoyed that job now that I think about it. And then first month goes and they pay me my 20,000 in my hands. Yeah, I was happy. My first ever payment. I don't want to say paycheck because it wasn't a check. But yeah, my first ever payment. I was so excited. I went to my mom, gave her, what did I buy her? I bought her something. I promised my aunt something else with the next payment. What? I was so excited. Oh my gosh, I felt like a rich auntie. Yes, rich auntie. Anyway, now the next month comes and another girl comes. Apparently the girl was, okay, she's a lady. It's just like she had a smaller stature, but she was older, way older. And so the other girl comes and she's apparently the relative of the director of the school, the owner of the school, pretty much. So then she's like, she told me to come here to work and la 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 la. But beware this woman. And I'm like, and I'm not the kind of person who's gonna listen to, that person, your boss, she's difficult. Unless she's been difficult to me, she's just gonna be neutral. She's just going to be, unless you've proven
to me that
you're a bad person. I think by default, I just think everyone is an angel. I don't know if that's a fault or anything. Anyway, that's not the point. But yeah, I just believe in people. I just believe in people to a certain extent. So then now, I'm working, and then they just don't like, the students just don't like the lady. The students just don't like the lady at all. Because obviously to me on the teacher side, she was showing a better side. She was showing a nice side and la la la, she's busy. But then the problem I had with her was that she was always complaining about her aunt to me. So I'm like, you guys are related. I wasn't there when you people were being related. I don't know where you go. You probably even sleep in her house. So you're not going to put me in this situation. So then she's like, okay. She would always, talk about her aunt, what, and always talk about how untrustworthy she is, and that she did this to her and that to her. And I'm just like, okay, sorry, she hasn't done anything to me, so oopsies. Anyways, and then Basti worked, and then now the end of the month is here, and I'm supposed to get my payment and go to school. And the lady's just like, you know what? I'll pay you. Go to school. I'll pay you. Keep in mind, I got a phone from the niece. Sorry, I got a phone from the niece, and I was supposed to pay with that money. And so then I explained to the niece also, Goody, your aunt hasn't paid me yet. Please give me some time. What? Because I didn't ask for money from my mom for this phone, so I really have to pay for it myself because it's going to be pretty straining on her part, something that I purchased without asking her. She's like, I understand, it's okay. And then that month she got paid, and then I go to school, and then I still haven't gotten paid, right? The next month, now she's like in my calling. She called the first time. She's like, I need the money now. La 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 la. She's like, please. So then I'm like, can you please remind your aunt for me? Because the money I was getting from there was solely to pay for the phone. I promise you, I don't have any source of income. I'm just a first year student. I get paid by the government. My mother gives me a little bit of money. I have no money to pay for that phone. It was just that money that I earned from there. So please ask your aunt if she's like ready to pay me. She's like, that's none of my business. Ask her yourself. At this point, the lady had stopped answering my calls. So I failed to tell her that because they're related. Like I said, there's always that relationship bond that you don't want to go in the middle of. And then I'm like, okay, fine. So then I still waited. Now, the next 2 weeks, she was like all over my inbox, all over calling, like maybe calling 2 times a day. Like she's busy telling me, hey, my aunt also hasn't paid me. The only money that I have is the one that you took from me. Hey, make sure you pay. It's not fair. I'm doing a business to go forward, and people like you is why I'm going down. And I'm like, it's not supposed to be that serious. I promise you I was gonna pay you. It's just that, and I was so sad, and I got her point, but at the same time, it's like there's really nothing I can do about it. I can't ask my mom because this phone is illegal. And then after some time, I just saved up the money that, like, I saved up the money that I was supposed to use for groceries and stuff, and then paid her to get over and done with her. When she got the money, she's like, oh, back to all sweetness. Like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. May the Lord bless you. You're such a good person. It did EI. Thank you so much. People like, anyways, yeah, but then yeah, so now I got why the students didn't like her, but that's not the point. The next month, now after that semester, I'm like, yeah, let me go back to that school to like claim my money at least. And then I told my mom the whole thing the next holiday. Goody, that lady just before that, apparently they knew each other. You know how in the neighborhood there's always, women know everyone. So my mom and the lady knew each other. So then when I told her everything, she's like, that lady moved though. I'm like, oh, okay, at least if I go to the school, at least I'll get her contact. Go to the school, it's not there. Ask the niece. Like I said, family issues, you don't go in the middle, because even when I told the niece, this is what's happening and the school isn't there, she like was legit shocked, like, what? It's not there? What? And I'm like, she knows something, but she's not gonna tell me. But anyways, that's a story time about the time I got scammed. My 12-year-old self, guys, who would do that? I got... What? Why was I scammable? What was the scammability in me then, guys? Anyways, thank you for watching. Bye.